Nestled between the Green Mountains and the Taconic Range, Manchester offers historic charm, outdoor adventure, and the arts. The Battenkill River runs through the heart of downtown, where you'll find colorful shops and a restaurant for every palate. For decades, Manchester, Vermont was famously an outlet town. But the Historical Society's Sean Harrington notes increasingly small independent businesses selling art, decor, clothing, and more are flourishing.
What I've seen is that a lot of the larger chain stores have closed up, and the boutiques, that seems to be the real driver.
At the heart of downtown is Northshire Bookstore.
Probably the country's premier independent bookstore, as far as I'm concerned.
More on this gem later in the show.
Manchester especially has a really strong community and a really strong business environment.
Ann Hauser and her husband Ron know from experience. They opened their outdoor shop, The Mountain Goat, in Manchester in 1987. Their daughter Emma and her husband Elliot Couch are now helping to steer the store into the future. Their kids growing up like Emma did.
Just playing in the tents that were set up on the floor, trying to stay out of the way of customers, not getting into too much trouble.
It's thrilling for us to watch them sort of take The Mountain Goat on and take it in their own direction. It's just our dream, you know.
Both experienced ultra-distance runners, Emma and Elliot say much of the gear they sell is best bought in person.
There's a lot of need for good outdoor equipment, clothing, expertise, advice, recommendations.
They offer recommendations about where to hike, ski, or run.
These are Exo Spikes. It's just really important. It's mainly a safety thing.
These trails right behind the historic Equinox Resort are open to the public year-round.
Just 5 miles from the center of town, you can get on the Long Trail Appalachian Trail.
The Mountain Goat is an official stop on the Appalachian Trail.
The majority of thru hikers coming up from Georgia, they're making an effort to get off in Manchester, come into the Mountain Goat, resupply with fuel, food, gear.
To explore lesser-known trails, we head to Wild Wings Ski Touring Center in nearby Peru, another family business spanning generations.
My husband's parents started it in about 1973, and they started with a simple ski trail up the road and back down. And my husband and I moved back here in 1979 and started running it.
Now, Tracy Black's children, including her son Ian, are helping to run the center, which sits in a snow belt.
We do get snow when other places don't. Often we get more snow than other places during the same storm.
Dada. What's Dada doing?
Yes, little Asa knows his dad, who does all the grooming, is most often found on the snowmobile.
I'll wake up at 3 a.m. You know, I'm in the machine by 4:15 or 4:30.
So does everyone in the family ski?
Everybody skis.
It's mandatory.
It's mandatory. There are no options.
Here, no reservations are required and rentals are at the ready. Neighbor and longtime ski coach Sperry Caldwell.
They have easier trails down here, more flat. And then if you head up the hill, you get some real challenge. And
his daughter, now retired, is Olympian Sophie Caldwell. She learned to ski right here, as have many elite athletes. Ben Ogden, who just won silver in Italy, became the first American man to medal in an Olympic cross-country event in 50 years.
Over Christmas, there were 4 or 5 past Olympians here skiing around. It just seemed natural.
Is it a thrill to see these kids that you saw grow up competing at the highest level?
It is so fabulous. It's a real honor.
Back in Manchester, now with an appetite, cuisine from around the world is calling. The Alexiou family from Greece opened Christos Pizza and Pasta in 1986.
I was born and raised here and just watched them work really hard.
Carmen Alexiou, a teacher for 15 years, and her husband, Kostas Fifas, opened Lola Mediterranean Woodfire in 2025.
We decided to kind of take the next step and start our own Greek place.
Here, everything celebrates Greek culture with one exception.
We use minimal yeast, and that makes the pizza very airy, very light, and very close to Naples Italian pizza.
Otherwise, expect traditional Greek dishes with a modern twist.
Moussaka, which is eggplant, potato, like a bolognese sauce and bechamel sauce. We do have a lot of fish options. We have souvlaki,
Authentic spirits are shaken and served for sipping.
One of them is called the Kibarisi. It has the Greek moonshine, a little honey in it, and tea. It's from the island of Crete, where my mom's from.
It seems even if younger generations wander for a time, this area and its many offerings beckon them back.
There's no place like your small hometown that has the mountains and amazing schools and all your neighbors that you get to run into in town. So I think that's kind of what drew us back, and then obviously being close to family.
So pretty. And back to Wild Wing Ski Touring Center. A lot of great athletes got their start at a volunteer program called West River Sports there. And on Fridays, you'll see a ton of kids, about 100 of them, making their way racing around the property.
Good for them. And a special shout out to Sverre Caldwell, father and coach of Sophie Caldwell, the Olympian that we saw there. He led and developed the Nordic Center at Stratton Mountain for 4 decades before retiring just a few years ago, and helped develop a number of Olympians and national champions. So good for him. Great.